no villagers were harmed in the process of making this entirely fire island. Or were they? I don't know. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Payton. It is nice to meet you, it is nice to see you, and welcome to the corner. It is such an exciting day because I am once again sitting here with another finished Animal Crossing New Horizons island, which never feels like an easy feat when I set out to do it, but here we are. And today is extra exciting because the theme that I did for this island is one that I'd wanted to do for a very long time. That theme being an all-fire island. Specifically, in the case of this island, I wanted to do a luxury tropical resort that had been overcome with lava due to a volcano, and therefore a kind of fire kingdom had emerged. Something else that is super exciting about this island is the fact that I pretty much decorated the whole thing in 2 days. I started this island, Lava Lagoon, about a month ago, and I had no intention of speedrunning it. I had every intention of taking it slow. However, I have chosen to speedrun this island in favor of resetting it to start Nintendo's Animal Crossing Hardcore mode, and I'm so very excited. But before I can reset and destroy all of my hard work, I want to show it with you guys so you guys can get to see the island, as well as tour the dream address that's going to exist forever. So don't worry, while I'll be resetting the island, it does live on in our dreams. But before we get into today's tour, please be sure to click the lovely little like button, as well as subscribe for more cozy, chaotic content like this. Okay, I'll shut up and let's tour Lava Lagoon, my volcano island. Okay, and here we are, and it looks like I have a little friend. Drift just can't get enough of me. Here we are at the entrance of Lava Lagoon. I'm so excited to show you guys this. First, let me show you the flag. It's letting you know it's a resort. It has the color palette. Nothing too crazy, but what is a little bit crazy, I think, is my map. If you're new to this channel, or specifically new to my Animal Crossing islands, I love to terraform crazy shapes on my maps, and this island was no exception, so I decided to make the entire thing a volcano, and I really love how it came out. You can also see the dream address down below. I love this. I feel like this wasn't the most complicated terraforming I've done in my crazy terraforming days, but I feel like you look at it, you know what it is, and I just really like how it came out. Also, these are my villagers. Hazel was not meant to be in this lineup, but she wouldn't leave, so she's here, and she pretend she works. She kind of works. Pretend she works. But I tried to go for an orangey, yellow, and red color palette, villagers that kind of gave off fire energy to me. So we've got Rory, Hazel, Pudge, Audie, Caroline, Tabby, Rio, Drift, Tiansheng, and of course our fire queen, Phoebe. And like I said, the dream address is down below in case you'd like to pay Lava Lagoon a visit. However, just a note, if you're going to be visiting, you will definitely need a ladder as there are no inclines on the entire island. Sorry. So this is the beginning of Lava Lagoon. It is kind of like meant to be a boardwalk kind of thing. Overall, the aesthetic of the island is it was once a pretty resort and now it's destroyed and messy. So don't think about it too hard. It's not gonna make sense. So there's lots of just resort-esque items in the middle of this lava pattern, which I think kind of looks like pizza, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's not pizza. It's okay. It's lava. When you guys come tour for the dream address, the ladder will be right here, so let me grab that because I'm gonna need it for my tour. And then going over to the right-hand side, in usual Payton'sCorner fashion, everything is very difficult to navigate, so take your time, have fun. It's kind of like a puzzle in its own. I am very cluttered in my island designs, and that's just how I like to do it. But yeah, over here is going to be the check-in area. So this is my house, which, it's not decorated, so just pretend. Pretend it is. Shh, it's okay. Pretend it is. I did the whole island in like 2 days. Shh, pretend. But anyway, in front of my house, the check-in, which has this cute little sign, you'll see some areas where you can sit, have a good time, hang out with Tabby over there, who looks delightfully terrifying, as does the whole island, I think. The beaches are pretty simple all throughout, but I did actually decorate them this time. I don't always decorate the beaches, and even so here, you'll see they're not super, super crazy complicated, but I felt like I couldn't leave the beaches totally bare for this one, and I should probably decorate my beach for my tropical resort fire island. It just seemed like it made sense to me. So you have a little bit of beach decor, but the real star of the show is the top part of the island, which of course we'll get to. But first of all, let's go to the other half of the bottom level of the island. So you'll see we have some gyroids hanging about, some they're called life rings, are they not? In the game, they're called life rings, but they're also life preservers, whatever you want to call them. We have lots of fun stuff. Harv is here because I like him, and I decided that he gets to stay in the lava as well. He's kind of lava-y, if you think about it. Like, look at his little ears. They're kind of giving me lava, so he's here. And then if you go down here, you have one of my favorite areas. This is the spa. So I kind of like to theme the build based off of the villagers, and this is Audie's house. And Audie to me felt like the kind of person at the resort who would enjoy the spa. So here it is, you can go in, check into the spa, make sure you have an appointment, it's very busy, and then you have some massage beds over here for whatever massage you want to get. And then go back here, we got some sinks. And then I like to call this the spa patio, which has just a lot of baths and other lava lagoon decor. And all of the kind of swirls on the volcano kind of have just random fire decor. Nothing super, super thought out and crazy, but things I just thought went together for the overall theme. And then this is Drift's house, and I like to think of Drift as like the maitre d' for the restaurant at the resort. And so you go in here is the restaurant, and of course, we had to have our entertainment. Our entertainment, which is brought to you by our girl, Rio. I like to think of her as like the lounge singer, so you'll see all the musical instruments over here. I love that her house is green and red. This is probably the most green furniture I've used on the island. I love that her house matches. So if you want to grab a bite to eat while sitting burning on fire, you can absolutely do so here. Then going down here, you have another beach that is decorated. This one decorated more so than the other. You'll see lots of different beach type decor items, volleyball, chips, gyroids, Pudge is over here just hanging out and vibing. You can do whatever you want. If you want to burn in the lava on the beach, that's cool. If you want to burn in the lava in the spa, that's cool too, I guess. And then over here is Pudge's house, and I like to think of Pudge as your convenience store. Like, you're coming to this island, you've just gotten out of the airport, but you need your snacks, you need your essentials, you need your toilet paper, all this good stuff, and Pudge is absolutely your guy for it. You need a newspaper to find out what's going on. Great. And then there's also some random fire extinguishers throughout the island. I don't think they're helping, but they are there. They have them. And then going over here is Caroline's house, and this is our whole shopping district. So I wanted to think of Caroline's house as a small little boutique that connected to both Able Sisters, which you can see is right here. And then going back here, you'll see that we also have Nook's Cranny. And Sahara is here too! So if you want to shop from her as well, you can. It's just like a nice little corner of shopping over on the lava mess, and I really like it. And then going down here, we have yet another beach decorated with beach items. I don't know how to explain the beach other than here are the beach items. It's a beach. Did I mention it's a beach? Look at the beach. And then let's just go along the beach while we're here. Just again, I tried. We have Hazel over here in our beautiful little gazebo moment. I feel like this was once a scenic spot, and now we just have some burnt tile, but I still think it looks gorgeous. And then back here, just more beach. Nothing super crazy, just places to lounge and places to get toasty under the lava. Now going back, I just want to show you the rest of the kind of like lava drips from the volcano, which are back here. Again, just kind of random items that I felt really encompassed, some word that starts with an E that means they related to the theme. So yeah, this island kind of feels very similar to me to how I did my previous island, which was my Neon Island. If you haven't checked out that video of that tour, please consider checking it out, in which it is a very kind of what I think of as scattercore. I, in total, am a very scattercore designer when it comes to Animal Crossing, but I feel like a lot of this island and a lot of that island is a lot of scatter because it feels just messy. I wanted it to feel like, okay, something happened here, everything is not where it used to be, kind of thing. Now, like I said before, there are no inclines on this island. It started out because I forgot that inclines existed. And then it turned into a choice, an aesthetic choice, where I said, well, you wouldn't have an incline on a real volcano. Why should you have one on my volcano? So you will need your ladder. I find that this is the best way to access the second level of the island, but there are multiple ways to access it. And here we are, the beginning of the more volcanic section of the island. The downstairs base level I kind of like to think of as where the main hub of the resort was, and this is kind of where the big volcano was, and now everything has kind of gotten all over the place. So this is Tabby's yard. Like I said, I like to kind of assign them all things. Unfortunately, Tabby is the junkyard. A lot of the trash has ended up here. I feel like they've started to try to clean up the island a little bit, and so they're just putting all of the trash near Tabby. Not that I think Tabby is trash. I did handpick her for this island, so I do like her. But I just love how it looks. And then going back here, just buildings and caves, rocks of all kinds, and of course, the volcano item is my favorite. When you interact with it, sometimes fire comes out of it. Sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't every time, but I love that. So if you want even more fire, just go ahead and touch the volcanoes, but maybe don't stand too close, just in case. And then going back here is probably my favorite of the builds. Originally, I intended this to be for Croak, the little red frog, but I never ended up finding him, and we decided that we liked Hazel too much, who was one of our starters. This kind of broken down Zen garden and pottery collection area goes to Hazel. But I really love this. I feel like this was once a beautiful garden with rocks and beautiful flowers you'll see. And now you'll see remnants of the beautiful things of the past, like the bonsai tree that's here and some of the pottery. But yeah, Hazel's done a good job upkeeping it. Unfortunately, the volcano did take away a lot of the beautiful flowers that I imagine were once here. But regardless, I think this is my favorite area. I love just mixing items together like this. I don't know if you would call... I think there's no right or wrong way to decorate in Animal Crossing. I don't know if you would call my style of decorating with all this random stuff the wrong way to do it, but for me, there's nothing I like more than putting items together that you wouldn't necessarily think would go together, like this volcano and that garden faucet and this, sculpture that I don't remember what's called from the museum that looks like a weird rock. And all of this stuff, I love mixing it all together. So going back here, we have just more fire and rock nonsense, and it's a little hard to navigate, especially as you get near the bigger and bigger rocks. But eventually, if you find your way over here, you'll make your way to the campsite, which I think is a little threatening to people who might want to stay on the island, but we ensure that you'll have a warm and toasty time with us on Lava Lagoon, so we hope you consider camping with us. Here's the campsite. It is filled with camping items, but in lava, so nothing too crazy here, but I love that it's in what I kind of call like a crater. I feel like this is like a crater inside the volcano almost, so I wanted most of the floor to be the lava code, and I just really love how it turned out. There's another one of these, over here, but this one is just more minimal. There's really just a volcano in this one. There's also this raised platform, and look, it has a lily of the valley. These just sprouted today as I was getting ready to save the dream address, so I guess that means we hit 5 stars on this clutterific island, so apparently Isabelle likes clutter, and I did a good job, I guess. And then going back from the campsite, if we go this way, more rocks, more buildings that once were, and more stuff like that. I want to try and find my way through my own island. And then over here, more stuff, more fire. But this is one of my favorite parts. This on the map, I meant to look like smoke coming up from the volcano, which I think it kind of looks like that. but this is where Phoebe lives. I like to think that the volcano erupted and then some of the villagers who lived on the island decided to take over. And I like to think of Phoebe as the queen, and she has been the one to start this like fire kingdom. She does have a fire extinguisher, but you know she is not using it. And she just has like, I think she is like the most beautiful yard because it's obviously cluttered, but there's not like trash anywhere. She's got a nice little candelabra, and most importantly, she has a throne with her crown because she's the fire queen. She does have a seat for her right-hand man, however, he is not the king, he is just her little helper, and we'll get there in a second. But this is where our queen of the fire kingdom reigns. We love you, Phoebe, you're the best. And then going back down, it's probably easiest to just come from where we came from. Going back over here, we will make our way to Rory's house. And I like to think of Rory as Phoebe's right-hand man. I like to think that he's like her guard in some kind of way. So I used a lot of the sword items, a lot of the warrior items. I think, pushed myself here to use items I've never used before in Animal Crossing. And I feel like they all just work nicely together, specifically with the color palette of them being the red, the black, the brown. I really love it. So yeah, I like to think that Rory, he's like the guard. He's like right hand to the throne. He respects Phoebe, knows she is the ruler, but he's there to help, you know? We appreciate him. Going back down here, we have my other favorite build, similar to Hazel, but this one is for Tianshang. Now, I like to think that Tianshang is like the collector of all the trinkets. He is the one that after the volcanic eruption, he went around and he was looking for what he could find. I feel like he was the one that wanted to find the beautiful pottery and the statues and all of this really good stuff and try and save it, or just try to show it off or sell it, who knows. But regardless, this is Tianshang's kind of trinket collection. I love it. It's mostly just pottery. I just love how the pottery looks. I feel like I didn't want to use anything that felt too far-fetched for the fire island, so nothing like snow globes or anything like that, but the beautiful pottery, specifically the gold vases, I love, and the statues I just think are so nice. Going over here, more fire goodness, and another lily of the valley, so I guess we're doing a good job. And then this is our museum. This is my first time leaving the museum as a tent. I never do this. I always upgrade it, but I thought that the tent just would look so good for this island. And my goal here was for it to kind of be a research center. Like they were researching why this volcano erupted and how it got to be the way it did, and researching like all the stuff that went into the fire island. So yeah, I love it. I think someone is working hard researching down there. Again, it's kind of like a crater, so it's sunken in. And I really love that look. So you absolutely can go down there yourself with your trusty ladder, but you don't need to if you don't want to. And that is pretty much, is that the whole island? Ah, that's the whole island! And there you guys have it. This was my completed tour of my volcanic resort island, aka Lava Lagoon. One more time, if you want to check out the dream address, it will be linked in the description down below, but also it is right here on the screen. I had so much fun with this island, and I am really proud of how it came out, but I am so excited for what's next for us in Animal Crossing. So let me get to outro mode and we'll wrap up this video. Thank you all so much again for being here for the Lava Lagoon journey, whether you've been here since I started talking about doing a fire island months and months ago, or whether this is the first time you've ever seen me. If so, hello. Thank you guys for being a part of this. I'm so very excited to share this with you, but even more so, I'm really excited to work on what is next. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm going to be starting Nintendo's hardcore mode, and I, in usual Payton's Corner fashion, am dedicating a theme and a crazy terraform build for it. So if you're curious about that, please consider subscribing to the channel to follow me on my journey through streams and through videos as I document that experience, as well as I'm working on another island that's going to be super fun, and that theme is probably weirder than this one, so stay tuned for that. Leave me a comment down below letting me know your thoughts on Lava Lagoon and what's your favorite area of the island. Most importantly, let me know if you would like to take a vacation to Lava Lagoon, or if you need to skip that, I completely understand. Please be sure to click the lovely little like button on your way out, as well as consider subscribing. I don't just play Animal Crossing, I play all types of cozy games in a chaotic way. We would love to have you in the corner. Thank you for being here. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!